Hey, 7th grade, Mr. Hildebrand here. This is for Tuesday the 22nd. So in case you missed my Zoom call or Zoom lesson for anything, just kind of catching up on what we did today. So today we finished the myth of Pandora's box. Talked about how that story wrapped up. So go to YouTube, type in myth of Pandora's box, and you can check that out. That myth really kind of talks to this age-old question of where does suffering come from? Why is there evil in the world? What do we do about it? And all cultures, both ancient and modern, and religions, ancient and modern, have that question. You know, why is there evil? Why is there suffering? And what do we do about it? And so this is kind of how the ancient Greeks approached that with this story. So you can check that out. We did a little bit of review, catching up about the Persian Empire. Okay, talking about how it existed at the same time as these ancient Greek cities that we're learning. But it was much, much bigger. In fact, 21 times bigger. The army was absolutely enormous. They had lots of power. And for the most part, when they would march into new lands, most of the kingdoms or cities that they would come to would just kind of give up and surrender. And eventually, they make their way towards Greece. And they run into this little city of Ionia. And Ionia doesn't want to be under Persian rule. They want to be independent. And so they rebel. And they say no. And they ask other Greek cities for help, specifically Athens. And Athens goes and Athens helps. Now, Persia ends up winning that battle, but they feel disrespected. Okay? They feel like Athens and the other Greek cities, they don't respect them. And so Persia makes it their goal that they're going to take over Greece and all the cities. We talked a little bit previously yesterday about how Sparta was asked to join the army. Or not to join the army, but to lead the army, because they had the most experience in war and had the best warriors. But how they were resistant originally because they didn't like the other Greek cities, and then also they were worried about a slave rebellion at home. But eventually Leonidas and a couple Spartans did go and join the army and help to lead. We talked about how Athens was put in charge of the navy and how they asked for money and supplies from the different cities, and they built ships. And built this massive navy to fight the Persians and their navy. Now, we talked in the Nearpod, back it up, about a couple different battles, some major battles here. Today we talked about the Battle of Thermopylae. And if you actually let me see, go right or left. We go right. In the Nearpod, there's the video with a couple questions that we talked about today, so you can check that out, about the Battle of Thermopylae. And then we also talked about the Battle of Marathon, and why marathons today, those really long races, 26-mile races, why they are called marathons. And so if you watch this video right here, it will kind of summarize that for you. So that was really it. That's all you missed on the Zoom today. Tomorrow we'll wrap up the Persian Wars. We'll talk about what happens when this partnership between all the Greek cities, like Athens and Sparta, everybody's protecting each other. What happens when that all falls apart? Okay, so that'll be tomorrow, and then we'll get into who comes after the Greeks. All right, folks, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. Have a great day.